like me.
Mine's broken.
Did you get it on the?
Just show mine.
I don't know, I broke it.
Hi. This one's already recording, so when Eric gets that one. All right, this is Village of Minerva Park Council meeting, January 27th, 2022 at 7 p.m. Let's start with roll call. Councilperson Camera.
Here.
Councilperson Koss.
Present.
Councilperson Bruger.
Here.
Council President Wolf.
Here.
Councilperson Shrestha.
Present.
And Councilperson McNamara.
Present.
All right, let's go straight to Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, and let's then move to meeting minutes. January 10th, 2022, council meeting minutes.
Move to approve?
Second.
Who got the second?
No, I got one recently, she can have it.
Okay, I just wanted for the
I know.
minutes. Okay, all those in favor?
I.
Opposed? Extensions? We're good. Okay, let's go to citizen comments. We do not have any citizens, so we will skip that and move straight to legislation.
All right, legislation for tonight. The first one is ordinance 01/2022, an ordinance to make a supplemental appropriations for the current expenses of the Village of Minerva Park for the year 2023. That's a lot of twos to say. Just some little changes here in last year. These are changes to last year's budget or appropriations for this year's budget?
this year, appropriation.
This is extra money for this year. We need an extra $16 for our civil defense sirens. We're off by $16 on our estimate. An extra $12,000 for mayor court. That is money owed to Franklin County because they upped the charge for the prosecutor. Looks like $195 for a new life insurance for one of our employees, I assume.
Yes.
$500 going from the Mary Yost Plan Fund to our budget for trees and village facilities fund. I think I should probably say funded, not
Yes.
fund.
Depends on what, how you look
And
at it.
that's specifically for asbestos testing.
And that is for.
Is that what it was?
asbestos testing.
I want to make sure I say that. Wasn't it for like extra,
That's
oh,
what you said earlier.
that's what I want to make sure. Was it for, it wasn't it the asbestos and different things like that, or am I explaining it wrong?
No, so this is for the under $3,000.
Yes,
Okay.
what was that one for?
So this is in concert with, this is a design for how to handle the asbestos they discovered in our meeting for the testing. So this needs to be done, and a supplement will be issued out after the bids, bid documents are released, and this group will then work with the bidders, answer questions about what to do so they can properly quote it, because we have a lot of encapsulation that we've chosen to go with instead of yanking everything out. And then when we're in construction, there'll be there's a second phase of this during construction, and these guys oversee this work and make sure it's done properly and safely for everyone.
So yes, asbestos, I just don't know how to say exactly what we're being done, but yes, it
It's
had to
not
do with.
testing, it's
Yes.
planning,
Correct.
planning
Design.
for encapsulation and
Correct.
inspection of that
Correct.
encapsulation.
Yes.
Got it.
Well, there we go. And those are the extra monies we need. I know this is the first reading. I plan to waive the second, or ask to waive the second and third readings, as things like Franklin County are a little bit titchy about getting paperwork back to them in a hurry, even if they don't necessarily get it to us in a hurry. So I'm going to move that we waive the second and third reading.
Second,
Moved and seconded. Anyone want to debate it? All right, let's go to a vote.
All right.
move to approve.
Oh, yeah.
Move to approve.
Oh, no, actually, no, we have to make the vote to
Yeah.
waive the reading, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I was already a step ahead. So voting to waive the readings.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, Councilperson Camera.
Yes.
Councilperson Koss.
I.
Councilperson McNamara.
Aye.
Councilperson Shrestha.
I.
Council President Wolf.
Aye.
Councilperson Bruger.
Aye.
Okay, so we have waived the readings.
As we have waived the readings, I will move that we adopt ordinance 01/2022.
Second.
There
I was
we
gonna
go.
say you're asleep.
Yeah, moving slow, sorry.
All right,
Moved and seconded. Any debate? All
okay.
right, looks like a roll call.
Councilperson Bruegger,
Aye.
Council President Wolf,
Aye.
Councilperson Tresta,
Aye.
Councilperson McNamara,
Aye.
Councilperson Koss,
Aye.
Councilperson Camera.
Aye.
I always want to switch your names.
It's okay.
I'm gonna get this. Hey, it's only second week.
It's like
And
camera.
you were here. I know, it's like camera. How hard is
No,
that?
Camera, I said, not camera. Giant
What did you just say?
monster. Camera, friend of all children.
That's what I said. By next month, we'll have this down.
Okay, moving on, a quick one here, resolution 02, 2022. A resolution authorizing and approving the execution of a contract with Resource International, Inc. for the 2022 pavement condition assessment. This is just a first reading. We are not looking to, it shall not exceed $12,000. This would be to enter in a contract with Resource International to come and do a survey of the roads in the village of Minerva Park and assess their condition and to make recommendations for repairs. Anyone have anything to say about that?
I can add that this is from the streets committee that, some of our roads do need at least an assessment in order for us to fit the timeline, to be able to fix them, during good weather. This is something that we need to get started sooner than later. And they're assessing all the roads. So this is just an assessment, but we'd like to have that information sooner than later.
And the last time it was done was like 6 years ago.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
it's time.
All right, that has been read. Moving on to resolution 2022-03, a resolution to amend and revise the Minerva Park fee schedule and declare an emergency. There are essentially just one big change on this one, correct, Eric?
Yeah, there's the one major with the right-of-way fee doubling up and adding language that we can charge beyond that if we have a big job.
Gotcha, and right-of-way fees, you would only provide for a permit for that when you initially build, right? People with existing homes and structures wouldn't necessarily be affected by this?
No, it's not for that. It's for our guys putting in, cable or water pipe or whatever they're putting into the right-of-way directly. So the homeowners don't usually pay the charge. It's the cable companies that want to lay down new fiber or something that are costing us time and effort with it. So we need to make sure our fees match.
Awesome, and we are also looking to waive the readings on this so we can get it passed, so that, if anyone's been up and down Farview, they're tearing things up. If we don't pass this, we can't charge them for it, and then we end up spending more and doing the inspection than they give us. So I'm gonna move that we waive the second and third readings.
Second.
Okay.
Moved and seconded, any discussion on it? Roll call, please.
Councilperson Koss,
Aye.
Councilperson McNamara,
Aye.
Councilperson Tresta,
Aye.
Council President Wolf,
Aye.
Councilperson Bruegger,
Aye.
Councilperson Camera.
All right, having waived the first and second readings, I'm going to move to pass this as an emergency, so it can take effect immediately, and we, once again, don't miss out on any of those fees that I would say are yummy fees, but there are fees that are just going to basically cover the cost we're doing. So we don't get any yum out of them. So I'm going to move to pass as an emergency.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Any discussion? Not seeing anyone jump up. We can go ahead and do another roll call.
Council President Wolf,
Aye.
Councilperson Tresta,
Aye.
Councilperson McNamara,
Aye.
Councilperson Koss,
Aye.
Councilperson Bruegger,
Aye.
Councilperson Camera.
Aye.
All right, pass as an emergency. Last thing on the docket for tonight is Resolution 2022-04. A resolution accepting the amounts and rates as determined by the Budget Commission and authorizing the necessary tax levies and certifying them to the county auditor and declaring an emergency. And we're looking to waive readings on this one too, folks. This is basically, yes, our levy passed last November, and now we need to tell the county, yes, our levy passed, this is how much we expect to get. Let's make sure taxes are collected correctly. Correct on that one there?
Yes.
So there we go. I move to waive readings, second and third reading to be specific.
Second.
Okay.
Moved and seconded, any debate?
Okay. Let's go Councilperson McNamara,
I moved to, sorry, we're still on the motion, my fault. I tried to pull O'Brien there.
Okay, Councilperson McNamara.
Still on.
Perfect. We got interrupted.
Because I talked over you.
Yeah, just wanted to make sure she could hear it on the thing. Councilperson Camera. Councilperson Koss.
Aye.
Councilperson Tressa.
Aye.
Council President Wolf.
Aye.
Councilperson Bruger.
Aye.
Called you last on that one.
All
You're
right.
in trouble.
Okay, well, having waived the second and third readings, I move to pass as an emergency.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Any debates on that?
Okay.
All right.
Councilperson Camera.
Aye.
Councilperson Koss.
Aye.
Council President Wolf.
Aye.
Councilperson Tressa.
Aye.
Councilperson McNamara.
Aye.
Councilperson Bruger.
Aye.
And there you have it.
That's legislation.
Two in a row, he wasn't.
Oh, no. Don't make me mad. All right, seeing that we are done with legislation, let's move straight to old business. I'm gonna start, I guess it could be old business, new business, but to me, this is old business. Everybody's fully aware we're having mail issues. Barb has been on the phone, calling different senators, different things like that. There is a link on our Facebook page that you can fill out and send in your disappointment. This does not by any stretch mean that we're disappointed in our particular mail carrier. This is strictly that our entire neighborhood is, anytime that he's on vacation, we're not getting mail. It is affecting the village mail, just as well as all of our mail, everybody that's sitting in this room. So, except Chief and Eric. I guess I shouldn't say everybody. So we are fully aware that everybody's having issues. It's not only our neighborhood, it's many neighborhoods. I know many people have reached out to the village, many have texted, many have emailed. I wish I could say that we could deliver it ourselves, but we can't. So we're working with them. We're not alone, they're short-staffed.
I know.
And it stinks.
Oh, it stinks, for sure.
Mhm.
I have something very brief.
Go ahead.
We held a safety meeting. The gist is the staffing situation for the police is much better than in 2021. We acted quickly last year and ordered the new cruiser in the replacement series, so we'll actually be getting that. Other than that, everything with regards to training or emerging issues, everything is going well, so we are in a good spot, knock on wood.
Yep. I got something too. Okay, so streets met on January 25th. So I was brought up to speed with everything. So, and the whole thing with streets is, I just want everybody to know, so I submitted a little summary for the newsletter, so that's, I'm gonna try and have something published every time we meet in the newsletter. I submitted a report to the website, so a summary will be available for the website too, and I'm gonna file a report to our old business as well every time we have a meeting. So that way, anybody who's interested, when we have that meeting packet, they can just skim that or just peruse it too. So in the interest of time too, at least that's available. And if we want to have a discussion, we can do that. But that way we can save some time and it's up-to-date information. That being said, I don't think that's yet available this time around. Hopefully we can do that next time. But basically what we did was we discussed the 2021 sewer project. There's a projected start date of March 15th, but good news, we may even start a little bit earlier, cutting down some trees to get access to that area. And the reason for that is because there's a bat population that's protected, so we don't want to disturb them. So we want to cut down those trees before something like that happens. Storm Project 2022, that is behind Jordan Road, and that's kind of in the process. We're assessing the work that needs to be done in the area. We have some information, but we still need to coordinate with the city of Columbus to model the flow. And the flow modeling also kind of is dependent on the width of the pipe. So we're trying to figure out, is the width of the pipe that we have now appropriate? Can we downsize a little bit? And that will determine cost. So that's pretty important. Still working on that. We discussed street evaluation and pavement and gutter conditions. So we need to figure that out. Everybody knows there's a couple problems in the village, so we'll know how bad it is. We'll get an assessment of that. And then finally, we discussed the curbs and lack of curbs in some parts of the village. And at this point, we're in the planning and information gathering stages. Once we know a little bit more, pending street assessment, we will consider the necessary steps. That's all I got.
Awesome. And then, we did have legislation today. We also had finance meeting today. And I will be working with Jason at the end of this to get another one scheduled, because I did hear from John. And yours is next,
The third.
the 3rd, at 7 PM. So, I think that'll be everybody, as soon as we get past next week. So if, anybody needs anything from me, just let me know. You have the Zoom thing, so we can talk about all that later. I guess that was old business, new business, all put in one, but if anybody has anything else for old business, new business, speak now.
Real quick, I was just gonna put legislative on at 6:30 on the 24th of February for my February meeting.
6:30.
Yeah.
Perfect. We'll get that added tomorrow.
I see someone back there writing down.
Yeah,
names
she
now.
sure is. Perfect. Anybody else?
All right, move to adjourn? All right,
Second?
Oh, yeah, he seconded. I was waiting for a second. Yeah.
Yeah, second.
all in favor?
Aye.
All right, abstains? Nays, all right, let's go.
Perfect. Paul's on yours. That was nice.
That was a appropriate business. Very good job.
20 minutes.
Is that too long, guys?
No, the second meeting really should be less than 30 minutes. The first meeting should be around.
Well,